link up. When we're gonna drink up. Greetings and salutations, one and all. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Community and Finance Nights. Wanna welcome each and every one of you. Want to say big ups to those who are joining from near, those from far. Big up to those who are hailing from across the pond. Top of the morning to you guys over in the UK, One Harmony Radio. King Genius, Queen Genius, much love to ya. When we link up, man. Big up to those who are locked in out of New Jersey. NIE Radio. With New Jersey's finest, the motivator. Also to New Jersey. Mix102.com. Their sister station in Jamaica, Earth 96 FM. Big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Mr. Lindsay, much love. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't link up with Symbol over there at Mix 102 and Earth 96. Thank you, sir. Big ups to massive out of New York. Exhibiting the power of music on island worldwide. China Nicole, Gary, the Jump Out production crew, much love to you. Big ups to those who are locked in and bubbling in the stew pot on Clubhouse and Zeno FM. The massive on YouTube Live. Welcome. And of course, those locked in at the home of the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com. So glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you. You have my word, I wouldn't even try. I'm gonna do some quick housekeeping. And then we can link up with the CG. I want to say thanks to Pulse Media Group. When being moment is priceless. They got the hookup for you. You want to stream an event live on a secure platform? They were the ones that taught me how to do it. I am here to take over from them as they shut their doors and I expand mine. They have been hosting my website, kevinstew.com, for years and have given me the opportunity to host others. Thank you, Pulse Media Group. I will not dishonor you by taking up the mantle. I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Go ahead and schedule your appointment today. Call her up 954-655-9000. She only has one request outside of paying her, that she get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done. You'll be at home, so you can pick other places. It's called the Kevin Stew clause. Yeah, because as soon as I lay down and she gets started, I'm gone. Thank you, Althea. Want to say big ups to the Global Bass and the Global Bass family. The Global Bass navigates your journey across music, event marketing, and much more. It's a realm where the social spheres, I can't even talk, social spheres awaken through their mastery. Go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free. Just like their consultation. Free. The Global Bass, your catalyst for everything related to music, production, radio, event promotion, and more. You don't enjoy an event like a Global Bass event, trust me. Thank you to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is a veteran-owned, licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida. So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, from Naples to Palm Beach, from Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between, you want to put some things in storage? You want to move some things down the road to your friend? You don't have the manpower, you don't have the transportation, don't worry. You have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking. If you even want to take that step further, move out of state or move into the state, call them up same way. Tell them Kevin Steele sent you. Number to link them, 954-406-9740. That's 954-406-9740. Thank you, McNeil Trucking. If you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to get your copy of Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. A book authored by Jonathan Field, and the audiobook narrated by yours truly, Kevin Steele. Available on Audible. Quick way to get to it, go to kevinsteele.com. And just click on the cover, the book cover. You'll see it right there, Empowered. Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense.
Have your favorites ready. It gets better whenever you're with me. I bet when we do meet up again, it could be episode for spontaneity. See what? Tell me what we linking. Tell me when we go link up. Tell me what we drink.
So we're gonna link up, yeah? Sound of Jadel in the background. Track called Link Up.
When we go link up. Tell me what we drinking. Tell me when we go drink up. When we go link up. Oh, when we go.
Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody. Like we'll link up right here, kevinsteele.com and affiliates.
Drink up. Oh, black water.
YouTube Live.
Call it what pirate is. Call it what shit it is. Call it what it is. Call it sharp.
Don't afraid to link up, yeah?
Call it black bottle in. Call it Iraqi in. Call it we drink it till morning.
I know who I'm linking up with right now. And this guy here is one of the hardest men to pin down, I can tell you this.
Let's take the time.
Cause him always on the move. And there's a reason why he's always on the move. Because he has a lot of ground to cover. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, while I have him here, I share him with you. Now, something he doesn't know. This is his broadcast. I'm just facilitating it. But don't tell him. We're going to make him work it out. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only CG.
Greetings. Kevin Steele. How long ago was the last one we did, man?
Boy, I didn't even look.
A few years.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
And I don't think much has changed for you apart from a little just for men working in
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
welcome back to
Yeah,
the
man, good to be
broadcast,
here.
man.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
I can tell you there are some people that are tuned in now that weren't around back then. And when I say they weren't around, they weren't a part of the family, we weren't connecting anywhere. I've got a couple more affiliates, and
Congrats.
the reach has expanded, and I am grateful for it, ever so grateful. So, um, and people have a tendency to say, boy, I exaggerate about some of my segment sponsors, like Althea with the massages. And I haven't had many people on this broadcast that have felt Althea's touch, even just in passing. And with you being one of them that has felt her hands, am I lying, sir?
No, man, fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, and
You
and
know,
and you haven't even had a chance, ladies and gentlemen. This man hasn't had a chance to sit down and get a massage. It's usually in passing, and when I say, boy,
yeah,
out there, I kind of have a little thing right or so. And
right,
Trinidad,
right, right.
he's right there. I'm not making it up. Trust me.
Yeah.
But CG, talk to us a little bit. For those who don't know, just give us a brief overview. Who is Oliver Mair?
All right, good to be here, Kevin. Getting a feedback.
I don't know where you're getting it from. But
Um,
let me see if I can help you
like
out
a
here.
echo, I hear it on my end.
It's on your end. Okay.
Yeah, like I can hear myself repeated.
Mm, weird. All right. Let me know if it goes
All right,
away.
all right. So, I became Consul General in 2018, October 2018. So I've been here now. Yes, much better, much better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and as the Consul General cover 13, we cover 13 states as a consulate. But just a little bit about me. Before I came up here, I was worked a lot in private sector. Worked with Air Jamaica for a long period of time,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Jamaica Broilers, where I was sales and marketing manager. So I was marketing manager with Air Jamaica. I was also in customer service. I was also in flight. I was also in human resources. So I worked full spectrum at Air Jamaica, and then at Jamaica Broilers, I was sales and marketing manager, and so got a lot of time to really go across the island
Mm-hmm.
and into the nooks and crannies of Jamaica. That's what Jamaica Broilers experience. Jamaica Broilers gave me. With Air Jamaica, I got to travel around the world, particularly in the Caribbean and in the United States and other countries. Especially, my time was during Gordon Bootstrap,
Mm-hmm.
late Gordon Bootstrap. And so while he was expanding the diaspora, we were part of the team that was working along with him. So we did a lot of stuff, did a lot of the events with Air Jamaica was involved in almost every community event you could think of.
Mm-hmm.
And as we expanded into the different states, we would always have some kind of launch outreach programs. And, I would always get involved in that sort of thing. So I have been working a lot with the diaspora for many years. When I got the opportunity to serve as Consul General, um, though I was new, in a way I was not because I already had a range of experience from my time with Air Jamaica. I've been involved in uh, sports. I was table tennis and football, lawn tennis, and I also was involved in theater as a producer and
Mm-hmm.
producer, writer, actor. So that's a little bit about me. I did my schooling at first Vast Prep, Vast Prep.
Mm-hmm.
Great solid base. The ULETs gave me a good base there. That's where I did my first play. Samantha and the Seven Doobies. I played a role called Fuzzy. That's when I had here, right? So, so, and then I went on to Campion. I did a sixth form at Wolmer's.
Mm-hmm.
Went on to University of the West Indies. Did my first degree, and then I did my master's with Nova Southeastern University. I'm here in Florida. So, just a quick overview
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about Oliver Mira. I'm married. I'm married to Tanya. I have a daughter, Serena, who is 18 and who is also now, she's just entered Nova. She's doing pre-medicine courses, and my
Nice.
wife teaches in pre-education, kindergarten
Mm.
age.
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, yes.
That's why she can manage
So that's
well.
a quick overview.
Ah, yeah. So you've had a long time relationship with South Florida, with Florida and
Yeah.
South Florida specifically. Now the whole CG thing though, with this journey from you in Jamaica, you at Air Jamaica, you at Broilers, you in theater. Did you see yourself as someone who would get to the point where, whereas in the sports arena or in the work world, you would represent an a company in Jamaica, an
Yeah.
agency, an entity. Did you ever see
Yeah.
yourself as one to represent Jamaica?
Good question. Yes and no.
Mm,
Um, with Air Jamaica,
yes.
we always felt we were representing Jamaica at all times. So
Okay.
even though we didn't go to the Jamaican colors per se, it was the lovebird. It was
Yes.
Air Jamaica.
Right.
So you're always promoting the best of Jamaica. So that's why I say, in one sense, I was brand new to foreign affairs, and in another sense, I was a veteran. So
Right. Right.
um, yeah. So when I got the call, when I got the call for the position, initially I said no because I had a business. I was supplying hotels with local produce. We just won a big grant with the World Bank, and I was, I said, you know what, let me focus on this. And I, I spoke to the person who came and met with me. I told him no,
Mm-hmm.
but the person's a little tardy. So um, in the week, I lost a major contract, and I called back the friend and I say, you haven't delivered the message yet, and he said no, and I said thank God. I said tell him I'll take the job.
Yeah.
So that's how I got involved. I never thought that I would. This was never a direction I was looking in. I didn't even know what a consul general was.
Mm,
So I had to literally just learn on the job, so to speak.
right.
But what I found, Kevin, is that though I was new to the position, my range of experience over the years actually um, prepared me for a lot of what I was going to do when the rubber hits the road. Because um, a lot of my experience has come to bear in a very practical way in terms of my day-to-day duties, my interaction with persons right across the length and breadth of the 13 states that we cover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to speak about things theoretically. I've had experience with it, and I can bring that personal experience to my discussion with somebody. For example, if somebody comes to me now, they want to invest in Jamaica, and they're talking about agriculture, I can listen to them, but practically, I can give them direct feedback.
Mm.
Where to get land, the type of land to do. If they ask me about different crops, I can speak about it because we were involved in about 15 different crops. I was involved in both the farming section as well as I had farmers who grew for us.
Right, right.
And from an agricultural perspective, I've done a stint in real estate. So when people ask me about the real estate market, I have some practical experience. I don't have to just refer them over to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would say, Kevin, that my broad experience prepared me to deal with this position, so that I was able to connect with a lot of people because I've had bits of experience throughout my time as I went along.
Which works out very much in your favor when talking about having connects. You somebody want to connect with Jamaica in a business realm. All right, here are a few people you can connect with, and it wouldn't necessarily be whereas you curry favoring, but it would
Right,
be this has been my experience in business with these people. So
right,
I can tell you that this is a place you can start. I'm not telling you this is a place that you should go.
correct, correct, correct,
Now,
right,
you mentioned with the things you do at the consular's office. What are some of these things? Because people hear about, the Jamaican consulate, but they don't quite, some don't quite know what it is. As far as they're concerned, it is the place you send your passport to when you live in the southern United States or anywhere in the States. You send it to the consulate and you get your Jamaican passport renewed. But you do a whole lot more than that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we listen. I would say this: the consulate gets involved in anything that impacts Jamaica or Jamaicans here in this region, and almost anything you can think about. We have some level involvement, maybe not full responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
but some level of involvement. So, for example, no, you mentioned passports. Yes, if you're renewing your passports or you're applying for your passports, you're going to come to the office. So, again, we deal with 13 states. So, we're looking at states like Florida, Georgia, Texas, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, Louisiana, New Mexico, Arizona, Tennessee,
You have Texas to
Alabama.
do. Do you? Do you have Texas
Um,
also? Or that's
we have
over west?
Texas.
Yeah.
No, man,
Okay.
we have Texas as well. So, and the states, the Florida is by far the biggest state. We are on par with New York, or maybe a little ahead now.
Mm,
Um, and then next in line is Georgia. So,
right.
and then a lot of people moved to the south over the last 15 years. So when you look at the last census that they had, U.S. census, the numbers speak to that large migration that has taken place.
Mm-hmm,
A lot
mm-hmm.
of Jamaicans have come to the States. So people send on the passports to us. If our Jamaicans here in the United States, when they have their children,
Mm-hmm.
they are entitled to become Jamaican citizens.
Right.
So we facilitate that process as well. So it is a citizenship by descent. Can you hear me pause a little? I'm still getting the
A little bit of a feedback.
feedback. Yeah, it,
Mm,
it goes and comes. Yeah. All right.
mm-hmm.
Stop a little now. All right. So there's citizenship by descent, which takes 4 months. You have citizenship by marriage. So for example, if somebody married a Jamaican and that individual wanted to become a Jamaican citizen, they can apply. That's a much longer process. It takes about 3 to 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because there are a lot of security checks that are done. But we also deal with that. There are some countries that require visas to enter Jamaica, so we issue those visas from the office. There are times when people are doing court cases and they will come to the consulate to give a witness statement. We deal with that as well. All the deportees, we administer all the deportees. Most deportees are based from the south,
Mm-hmm.
and so there's a flight that leaves out of Louisiana once a month, and we administer the issuing of the emergency passports to Jamaicans that are being returned.
Got you.
Right, so yeah, it just came back in. It
It's
stopped
it's
and it
odd.
just came in back. I don't know.
It's odd because it seems to be a random
In
loop
random,
back,
yeah.
and I can't even tell you where it coming from.
Yeah,
um,
man. So that is a quick snapshot of some of the things we do.
mhm. The
Um,
sorry, you were going to expand a little bit more on that.
yes, the deportees now, we call
Y-
them involuntary returnees.
Okay.
A lot of this is one thing I would say to my fellow Jamaicans, just try and stay within the law, because some of the people that have been deported, some of the infractions, are unfortunate. And anything from speeding to more harsher crimes.
Wait, people get deported for speeding?
Well, yeah, man, you have people who get speed and they end up in prison and all kind of things, and it just lead from one thing to the next, and before you know it, they get into more serious problems. I mean, every case is different, and you have people, of course, who overstay. That's
Right,
a
right,
that's a big one. So you get X amount of time to stay, and you overstay, you run yourself into a problem, right?
right, right.
So a range of issues, but we have had persons who present different scenarios,
Hmm.
and but the long and short is try and stay within the law at all times.
Right, right.
Try and stay within the law at all times.
In
Yeah, so that are some of the things. We authenticate documents. We do a lot of representation. So a lot of groups that are raising funds to support Jamaica, whether alumni groups, the 501c3 groups that are wanting to give back donations. They will ask the consulate to come and be a part of that, and that is where people say, "Boy, I see GMC everywhere." Because sometimes I 6, 7 events
right,
um,
right.
on one day alone,
Yeah.
and everybody want to seal. And I must say, boy, CG, just come and spend even 2 minutes at the place, man, and just touch in and touch out again. And so we try and accommodate as much as possible. And
I've seen you do
to
that
me,
too.
it's you see it all the time. Well, Kevin, you and I know each other from I've come here. We have been working closer through Luke Valentine, and
Yeah.
um, doing a lot of work over the time. Um, yes. So that's a snapshot. We have we that those events take place right across the 13 states. So,
Hmm.
for example, I will go to Georgia at least once every 2 months. At least once every 2 months, I'm there for something, some major event. I will be there for. I go to Alabama maybe once a year, or Houston once a year. Just try and have a little presence. But virtually there's something happening in each state that will have some kind of involvement. Like
Hmm.
today there was a situation with a gentleman in New Mexico who has a particular issue. He's incarcerated and reached out to us. He has a particular issue that we were helping him with. Last week we were dealing with a matter. A man incarcerated in North Carolina. So we our Jamaicans reach out to us from the various states with different matters, different issues that may come up. we have a lot of hotel workers up here.
Mm-hmm.
They have different pockets of hotel workers in Panama City and South Carolina, right across Florida. And we go there when they come. We do orientation programs to welcome them to the state, encourage them to do the best that they can,
Right.
represent Jamaica well. With the farm workers, we also, like we have special treats for them. We go out and just tell them, make them know that we know you're here, and we just want we're a phone call away. So we're going to spend time with them at least once a year.
That,
So we try and have a presence in almost every ministry you can think about, whether it's security, whether it's health, whether it's education. There's some involvement from the consulate. So what I'm
mm.
saying to you now, I could actually spend a whole program speaking about just specific things we do across the ministry, but of course it'll be a very boring program. So I will stop I will stop right there and just
But some
leave
of
it
those things
leave
are
it there.
important, because people, like I said, people only know of you send your passport, go to the consulate, and that's about it. They don't even know that. I didn't know that the deportee program, the that is something that the consulate gets involved with making sure that travel documents are straight.
Yeah, when I say when all right, so just to be clear, so when somebody's being returned
Mm-hmm.
to Jamaica, what we have to do is most importantly verify that they are Jamaican. Because
Correct.
you'll have people that will say they're Jamaican, but they're not.
Right. Right.
So before we issue a document to allow them to return back home, we go through an extensive interview process with them, and we make sure that they are definitely Jamaicans before we issue the document for them to return home.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to do that because I mean, if we don't, it can lead to all kind of problems. So sometimes, even though we might be under pressure from the host country to get the Jamaican out quickly, we have to take our time, verify that the persons are bona fide Jamaican, and because there have been challenges in the past where persons have been returned and them trying to sue the government. Uh,
Mm.
So, yeah. So there's a lot. So we have to be very careful in that process. So we work along with PICA, that is a Passport, Immigration, and Citizenship Agency,
Right.
and of course they ultimately provide the final say on persons being returned. They have to verify that they are Jamaican, and if there's any complex cases that we have had, of which we have had several, that I mean, you'd be surprised how complex some cases can get, Kevin, where you cannot, it's hard to identify which country this individual belongs to because they're born in one country and the country may say that you cannot be considered a citizen if your parent is not from that country. And
Yes.
so the countries have different laws and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
all that comes into play
The
when you have a
geopolitics.
deportee the geopolitics. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, man. So, but I want to say big up to our Jamaican lawyers here who have provided a lot of support for us at the consulate. Just today, for example, Wayne Golden, I'll use as an example.
Mm-hmm.
I consulted him on several cases that we have, and when we need extra support, we'll reach out to him. He provides a lot of pro bono support to our Jamaicans here, and even to us at the consulate. We're not lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
We don't provide legal services, but we do try to guide persons in the right direction to get the information and advice that they need to
Right.
make the
Right.
best decision in their particular situation. So today, one person today was trying to see if they should try and appeal a court case from a judge. The judge has ordered them to be deported, and they wanted to see if they should have an appeal. And there was a particular matter that we we were able to provide some additional support through existing lawyer here in the community.
Oh,
Just
nice.
example of some of the things
Yeah.
that we do on an ongoing basis that the public will be aware of. And I
Mhm.
want to thank the community for their ongoing support because we have a lot of skilled Jamaicans here in the community who do stuff. They don't come forward to get any praise or recognition, but they do a lot of work and they support Jamaica and our mission. And we really appreciate them. We couldn't do it without them.
Right. They recently, with the changes that have been happening and the deportations, the mass deportations to various places, um I I had Marlon Hill on this broadcast when the conversation started happening, and people started talking about the they're getting deported because they're not quite straight, or they ran a traffic light and they're coming to get them. And Marlon was trying to let us know that, hey, everything is a process. You hearing you talk about having a situation with someone that is in deportation proceedings and consulting with one of the attorneys locally that deal a little bit, well, deal quite a bit with immigration law. Having those affiliations is imperative to the services that are provided by the consulate. And considering that you're responsible for not just Florida, not just Miami, like a lot of people would believe. I've been to events, I hear people introduce Miami's consulate general,
Yeah, yeah,
the consular general to my
yeah,
no, office, the main office that he
yeah,
sits in is in Miami, but that's about it.
yeah.
The man has a wide spread that he's responsible for. 13 southernmost states. And we're talking about some large states. Now, yes,
Yes.
the state itself is large, but it's really about the Jamaican contingent. And the largest numbers of them are here in Florida and Georgia when it comes to the southern
Correct.
states. But it's not Miami's consular general, it's the
No, not at
13
all.
southern states consular general.
I hear people say, boy, the Consul General of Miramar.
Man.
I've heard people say. I just laugh, man. But no, you know what has happened, Kevin, is that when we look at the numbers,
Mhm.
Broward County, as a county in the United States, has more Jamaicans than any other county for the US. So
Yes.
what you find is that as a result, a lot of the events take place in Broward just because there are more Jamaicans there.
Right, right,
So when
right.
they have Miramar, Lauderdale Lakes, Pembroke Pines, Sunrise, um, our Jamaicans are moving up. They're having more events. They're occupying the space. So our last count, I think we have 28 elected officials who are of Jamaican descent. That's massive,
Yes, it is.
and it shows the influence that we're having.
Right.
At our 5K alone, I mean, we had several of the leaders there. As you know, Miramar,
Mm-hmm.
4 out of the 5 commissioners and mayor, they are of Jamaican descent.
Right.
Same thing for Lauderdale and Lauderdale Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole heap of power,
Yes.
and so kudos to them. But they also help to make our life easier because not to say they're looking out for Jamaicans more because they have their constituents, but I think they appreciate the leadership from Jamaica more, and they will ensure that if there's any way to help Jamaica or Jamaicans, they jump in to do so. And I
Mm-hmm.
found in my journey here as Consul General, they have certainly ensure that I have been celebrated whenever I go into any of their cities and supported for whatever we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
even as they support the other nationalities in their jurisdiction.
Yes, I've seen it, and
Yeah,
also you mentioned the outreach programs, the where the organizations that have come together to raise funds for various organizations and movements in Jamaica, where they will team up with the consulate to make things happen, to get the funds the legal way, to get
right.
the products that are purchased to be used in Jamaica, to get them there. And so this ambassador role that you hold, do you see it growing to more of an ambassador outright? Would you take up that role? You've done it here in the southern states, and
Yeah,
there are other CGs in the US.
yeah, yeah,
But if the position presents itself to you, you get a call.
yeah,
Oliver, we see where you have been doing well in Florida and the southern states. We want you to take it a step further. How would you look at that
yeah,
call?
man.
You already.
I, I, listen. I'm ready. I must tell you, a couple years ago, I would say that I may have shied away from that sort of discussion just because let me tell you, Florida, Florida is, I don't want to say it's where it's at, but listen, there's always something epic happening every single week here in Florida. And anything you can think about, whether through culture or sports, you get the best of the best happening right here in Florida. And so in the past, when the topic of promotion has come up, not to say that I am not interested, but what we do here in South Florida, I don't see happening anywhere else in the world. And
Mm.
so people I interact with, things I get involved with, I don't see happening at the scale and pace. So I would give up stuff. I would give up experience, connections, meeting people. But at this stage, I would be more open to it. A couple of years ago, I I I wasn't too anxious about moving from Florida at all, man. Love it's bad. Love it bad, love it bad. Still love it bad, still love it bad. And listen, just this week alone, think about it.
Mhm.
For our 5K,
Yes.
I'm with the mighty Sizzler Kalanje is a race ambassador at our 5K. We're spending time with Sizzler,
Mhm.
spending time with Kimani Mali, spending time with Veronica Campbell Brown,
Yep.
and one event, and back, and then in the evening, no, you have an event with Maxi Priest and all kind of big artists, and this happens every week in South Florida. Every week,
Just
there's
about.
something major happening. You're going to play football. A football team is coming up here with Messi, and so your football idol is right in front of you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it just all is becoming the epicenter for a lot of things. Business and businesses have moved here, and so right from where we are at the consulate, we're able to get involved in the cutting edge of almost every area you can think about. And so it's action packed. So to answer again, yes, right now I would say yes if I'm offered, but before I shied away because it's a great experience being in my life. Kevin, I'll be honest with you. From I've come here in South Florida,
Mhm.
knock on wood, knock on the sofa here. I've had few bad days. I've had rough periods, and I don't get me wrong, rough. You have challenging tasks, and it
Mm-hmm.
don't look like you won't get through. But for the most part, this has just been 7 great years that I've had here, working with the community, working with the different countries. I've just enjoyed it. Family has settled in very well, and it can't wait to write my book
Mm.
on this area, Kevin, because I've interacted with everybody, government, all the government people, all the persons on the opposition, the all the former prime ministers,
Mm-hmm.
the members of government here in the United States. You get to meet everybody. I mean, the
Right,
Secretary
right.
of State. I mean, I met him several times. Well, no, not several. I met him in Texas at an event.
Mm-hmm.
No, I met him in Arizona at an event. I met him in Washington when I did some visits up there. So I mean, you're interacting, you're touching shoulders with everybody in almost every discipline, and you can't pay for that type of experience. So I'll be long-winded, Kevin, but as I said, boy,
No.
I've enjoyed my time here. But I am now ready if I were asked. Yeah.
To okay, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Um, has those interactions helped with assisting people with the uncertainty of the climate? No. And
Good question.
how for those that are listening in and those related to those that are in the 13 southern states or anywhere else, I don't know if any kind of advice you'd give would be the same anywhere else. But how would you
Yeah.
advise those that are nervous right now?
All right. What I would say is this: there's no mass deportation taking place. That's the first thing. In fact, the numbers have pretty much been um, the same, just a little above where they were a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, contrary to popular belief, everybody think there's this mass deportation happens. That's not the case, right? That's one. Two, when I came in, and in 2018, the numbers were higher,
Mm.
right? The numbers were higher. So, what is my message? What is my message? Remain calm, regularize yourself, whatever you need to do to get your documents in order, do so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely ensure that you stay within the law. That's very important. So don't get yourself into any trouble unnecessarily, right? And remain calm. A lot of people are panicking. I don't want to say unnecessarily, because I understand why people are worried. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I really do. But at the same time, in every situation that appears to be doom and gloom, there are opportunities that are looming for us as a people, right? And we have to find the opportunity and milk it in every situation. For example, all right, since I've come here, I've noticed more and more um, persons of other nations that are occupying the space. I mean, I hear a lot of people speaking Spanish. It
Mm-hmm.
used to be just down in one section. Now it's coming up north, right? And it's almost as if to say you're speaking English, you almost in the minority, right? No, right?
Right, right.
Why do I say this? We as a people, um, we have to collectively look at how we organize ourselves, how we work together, how we unify as a people so
Mm-hmm.
that we can look out for each other. When you step up, turn back, ensure your hand is there to help somebody else.
Mm.
a lot of Jamaicans have done well in the community, right?
Yes.
And a lot of Jamaicans are helping. Let us do even more. Let us we're doing it, but let's do even more to help our brothers and sisters with whatever situation they're in. So if it's somebody in nursing and there's an opportunity there in teaching, in the hotel sector, in education, if whatever it is, if you are in a situation where you can help some more.
Mm-hmm.
And I say
Mm-hmm.
more because from where I sit, our Jamaicans have been doing a lot of helping. They would say, it's because you CG, you get all the help. No, but I've also seen where Jamaicans look out for our Jamaicans, fellow Jamaicans. But I'm saying let us do it even more. Let us look out for our Caribbean brothers and sisters as well, because there's in, there's strength in unity. When we're able to work together, pull together, believe me, believe you me, we get more done. As you know, I'm the
True.
dean of the Caribbean Consular Corps group, so the different CGs from the various islands. I'm the head, the dean of the group. So we meet together, we work
Mm-hmm.
on different initiatives. For example, when you have the hurricane, we were able to work with different agencies to provide relief during the hurricane. So like last year, I think Grenada got hit first, so we were all meeting together, helping Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after that, Jamaica got hit. Well, not a direct hit, but St. Elizabeth and Clarendon,
Right.
got hit, and we were able to work together. And so in unity, there's strength. And so again, long, long-winded, but to answer your question, let us take a deep breath, remain calm.
Mm-hmm.
And as we remain calm, we will see opportunities in the situation that is presenting itself. There's opportunities for us as a people, both Jamaica back home and Jamaicans here in the United States. We can position ourselves to move ahead, even though the situation may look gloomy to some.
Right. It's not always as it
So remain calm,
presents
everybody.
itself.
Yeah, yeah,
I like that. Um, you mentioned the high five 5K. This is a little bit of a unique event because it doesn't just happen here in South Florida, and
correct,
it
correct.
it's a fundraising event. Now, as I remember this 5K happening and explain to the people, it's a 5K happening in five
Yeah,
cities at the same time.
right. Yeah. So right. So it's high five. So you see us all put up this five,
Hmm.
like we're some movement. So we've adopted five clinics. We're about to step up to six, but we've adopted five clinics.
Hmm.
We've always tried to do five cities simultaneously. So in the past, we've done Miramar, Orlando, Atlanta, Houston, and Phoenix. And the other cities are small, small. They're more symbolic.
Hmm.
So, like maybe like Atlanta would have had maybe about 80 persons, Orlando would have about 60, Houston, 30, Phoenix about 20. So it's more symbolic, and they've done it simultaneously. The idea, the 5K, was to get all the southern United States working together on a project.
Hmm.
And so the 5K is we raise funds to adopt clinics. So we've adopted five clinics through the Adopt a Clinic initiative. And that's a program that started in 2017 in Jamaica. There are 320 clinics, and they earmarked 100 for adoption.
Hmm.
55 have been adopted so far. Of the 55, 29 are from the diaspora. And of that 29, 16 have come from this region.
Oh wow.
So yeah, 16 have come. Now, don't get me wrong. When people hear up clinic, them things say, boy, we're going to build up clinic and all kinds. No, these clinics are funded by the government of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
All we do in adoption, we just provided additional support. It's on paper, it's $1 million Jamaican per year,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a three-year commitment. And so what we do with the 5K is that the race itself has adopted 5 clinics, but we have also promoted to other organizations for them to adopt clinics. So we have other groups that have, through our messaging, have now adopted clinics. That's how we got to the 16.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're able to support the clinics, and they get involved with some of the communities, helping them, and also promoting a healthy lifestyle, because the high five stands for 5 things. One, know your numbers, get a regular checkup from a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
find out, your blood pressure, your sugar level, all of that, cholesterol. 2, regular exercise. 3, nutrition, getting the proper nutrition for your body. 4, positive community engagement,
Mm-hmm.
and emphasis on positive. And we try to look at the brighter side of whatever we're doing, the optimistic side of whatever activity we have, and then 5, giving back. So those are the 5 principles of the high five. Many a times I try to remember, I may get stuck on 4 or 3, but I remember it tonight. Thank God. My wife brought me some coffee, so I was able to remember all 5. Right?
Thank you very
I
much.
give thanks. No, thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. you know. So so Kevin, we were able to have 1,550 persons who participated in the 5K, and this is people from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
We have kids in kindergarten right up to a 94-year-old who flew down from California to participate again in the 5K, and she did the entire 5K. Miss Gina, born in Hanover, Jamaica, and has lived up here. Big up Miss Gina,
Yeah,
and
man.
you can't tell her nothing about 5K. That is her world, and she train and she come down here exercise every day. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have teachers, retirees, uh, like groups, different teams that participated this year, including 25 alumni associations who participated in a competition to see which school could get the most registrations. And big up St. Hughes, who got the most,
Mm.
right? Big up St. Hughes, followed by Woolmers and then Calabar. So they got for the registrations, But that's a high five, and the states all form part of it, and we wanted to show that we could have unity working together on a project. And we're gonna go down to Jamaica on June 19th. About 25 of us. We're going to work in one of the clinics. We're also going to adopt a new clinic. Um,
Nice.
and what the idea of this, Kevin, is just so we connect people at the members of the diaspora, members of the clinic, and so we can deepen the relationship. If there are other things the clinic needs, they can hear firsthand and exchange numbers and be a part of helping for a day and just deepening the relationships.
Right.
This is not going to solve problems of healthcare in Jamaica, but as I say, one coke a full basket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just do a little part.
And yeah, that's a big deal. And again, is some of the things that people don't realize how involved you get. Sometimes people just think show up to look good and sing a one tune.
Yeah, yeah. Bust a tune, yeah.
DJ one lyrics for a really bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When
I've come with a new song this year, though. Yeah, yeah. Go
well,
ahead.
there are still people that have never heard it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
When when
Yeah, man.
when you look at where the diaspora is going and the relationship with back home, does it make you smile? Are you concerned? How do you feel about it?
Very excited, Kevin. The road I have walked, I wish more Jamaicans could see it. I get to see the diaspora in a way that it's almost nobody would see it because I'm invited to almost every event.
Mm-hmm.
I get to go there, I get to interact with our Jamaicans here in the diaspora. I go to the reggae events taking place. I go to the football matches. I go to the teaching events that we're involved in. And so I get to see our Jamaicans. And for the most part, they are motivated, they are excited, um, they love their country, they want to help more, they are extremely loyal,
Mm-hmm.
and I have felt even more Jamaican being here than when I'm back home. That's a weird thing. Maybe it was because of the job. I mean, I'm always doing something that is something Jamaican.
Right.
But it look here. I, yeah, me know Miss Lou, but up here we have a group that does the entire mission of the group is just celebrating Miss Lou.
Yeah.
They have 3 or 4 events for the year celebrating Miss Lou and her work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I've become more excited about Miss Lou. Marcus Garvey. When I was at school in Jamaica, I mean, we know about Garvey and I know about the heroes. I have come up here now and I've fallen in love with Marcus Garvey in a complete different way. We have put together an event called Garvey and Reggae
Mm.
that we do every single year. And we celebrate the teachings of Marcus Garvey, especially during Black History Month. And I have had a newfound respect for First National Hero, what he achieved. And I did that up here, not in Jamaica. I
Mm-hmm.
did that up
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found myself I've a new appreciation for Jamaica. I guess where I sit, I mean I get to interact with everybody, whether it's Bolt, Shelly and Fraser Price when she's coming up here, she
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp me. I interact with the Marleys. So all the important icons of Jamaica, I get to interact with. But I also get to see the culture and our culture here in the United States, how it is impacting the world and the opportunities we have to take it to another level. And I am excited. I believe that just like KC, where people is like the KC people believe said no other school exists. In a damn world, it's just KC alone,
It's a
right?
cult.
No, it's the KC, right? It's the same thing with us as
It's
Jamaicans.
true. It's true.
Listen, most Jamaicans, it's rare you find a Jamaican who don't love them country and don't say, "Wow, Jamaica first." It's like
Yeah.
we have a sense of pride for our country, and I'm excited about that. I think that can take us to another level. And listen, whether man is whether we like one political party or not,
Mm-hmm.
and we get passionate about that. Most times, if you take that away, people are excited about their country. They want the best for their country,
Yes.
and they're vested in their country, and they're more committed to their country than their new homeland.
Right. Right.
So I am excited for the prospect I see for the Jamaican diaspora.
Nice. There are a few listeners here out of Jamaica. G Angel, big ups to you. Merlin, much love. Tamika, glad they could join us. A couple of people, Jamaican, some of them in Jamaica, some of them here in South Florida. A number of them that tune in on a Saturday to another broadcast that I'm affiliated with, connected with the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, who also supports the night shift. Thank you to OJLDF. Um, that kind of pride,
Yeah.
that national pride, we see it. I see it week in, week out in droves. So yes, I can relate to what you're talking about, and the connections that you have. I applaud you for managing to connect with these people, show up at these events, and represent and be a bridge. Not just you, but those that make you look good. Shout out, Cheryl.
Right.
Much love.
Big up.
To the real boss.
Listen, big up Cheryl. Big up Cheryl Winter. Very loyal and supportive, and it costs me sometimes, but I know it's from a good place,
Mhm.
and she has been very loyal to me. And listen, we have gone through a lot, Kevin. I mean, we have been here through COVID when we had Jamaicans stuck here for 2 months. We had over 2,500 Jamaicans who were stuck here, and we and particularly Cheryl, we went out when it was considered not safe. And we provided food. We arranged medical support. We were able to negotiate with a hotel to put up Jamaicans who were thrown out of the hotels they were working with.
Mhm.
And for 2 months, we managed with help from the community. We managed the Jamaicans who were stuck here. Half has not been told about the going the extra mile. When I can call one of my members of the consulate at 11 o'clock in the night, and we work through a problem, and they're up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we helping our fellow Jamaicans and providing support during a major crisis. A lot of times people don't get to see this side
Mhm. Mhm.
of the work that we do, but big up to Cheryl Winter, because we have been through many a crisis where I've had to rely on my team members, and Cheryl has always been one of the persons who was always there, stick through whatever the problem is,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
ensure that she has my back right through. And big up to her, respect is due.
Indeed, indeed. Um, Truth be told, when I initially wanted to speak with someone from the consulate, and you and I met, and then I met Cheryl, I wanted Cheryl. I'm not
Right.
I can't even lie to you,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
whereas whereas you're the face and you get to attend some of the events and be there representing that support staff that you have, that is putting in that bit of work to present to you some information that then you can go pick from it. They're doing the filtering,
Right.
they're doing the heavy lifting,
Correct.
and I'm like, yo, you guys, you are the real bosses. And then
Yeah,
put out
yeah.
this guy here to
Yes, right. Yeah,
no.
forget all the glory and get up all the. Yeah, no, Kevin, no,
but
seriously. And let me
but
tell you
yeah,
something. Not to big her up too much, but
and she don't
has
like it.
never fought for the limelight.
She don't like it.
Never fought for the limelight. You know, coming in a picture. She's not looking to get the credit for stuff. And we've worked through many idea together, and because she her great speech and suggestions, and you don't hear her come back and say, "Boy, CG, you don't mention my name or anything like that." No. And I've spent some time hearing this, and I say it publicly because I believe that we must give people their flowers
Mm-hmm.
um, while they're with us. And she has gone the extra mile. When you have somebody, listen, I have had a very good run, Kevin, but I could not have had it without persons like Cheryl Winter, and without people from the community who said, yes, we'll work with this man, we'll support him,
Yes.
and I get to look good because people said yes to me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And it don't mean that I am no great this or great that. I've just been fortunate, Kevin, to get support right across the time I've been here. People have stepped up and they have been very supportive. And that is why you always hear me big up the diaspora, because I know
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
all the events you see me do here, Kevin, 95% of them, I don't use government resources. The
Mm-hmm.
people have stepped forward and we work together and we get these things done.
Yes.
And I work with them. I show up for their events, support their events. They work with me, sponsors and stuff, and they get the value for their sponsorship. And we do events that impact the community. I want to use taxpayers' money, very, very little.
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to do big work
Yeah.
with little expenditure from the government, create real value. And again, I could not do this without a great team at the consulate and the love and support of members of the diaspora. Could not.
One of the big events, and I will call it without reservation a big event that the consulate does, is that citizenship recognition.
Right.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
When people you'll hear of people migrating to the United States and
Yeah.
becoming US citizens. It is so heartwarming and pride filling when people in the United States say, "Hey, I need to get my Jamaican citizenship." And there's an
Yeah. It
award
is.
ceremony to recognize some of these people. Those that can attend
Let me.
virtually and in person. Yes, go ahead.
We're doing one. We're gonna do one within the month. We've I've heard people. I remember one of the testimonies. And Kevin, you're one of the man them I have to big up to, because you work with me from a come here, so you and Luke and these guys. We've done a
Mm,
lot of work, especially in my first 3 years, right? So I have to big you up too.
much love.
But we did a lot of work together on the citizenship ceremony,
Mm-hmm,
and we utilize groups like the Talawa Mentor Band, Steve Higgins,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Dr. Sue, and we just share the culture as we welcome people into the family of Jamaica. It's an initiative we created, a new initiative, and we have heard people say, "Look, I remember one girl said she knew her father looking down from heaven now in crying that she finally got her citizenship."
mm-hmm,
And we want to build on this. We have seen a massive growth in our citizenship numbers, and the
mm-hmm,
more we do this, every time I speak and mention about citizenship, people want to exercise their right to have their children become citizens, or the kids themselves want to become Jamaican citizens. So
mm-hmm,
it's something that, as you rightly say, it's a great event. It's a great initiative. We do it virtually, and it's something that we want to build on and expand and have it more frequently.
mm-hmm.
But every time we do it, the amount of applicants jump. So we're not getting an increased staff, so I have to manage it carefully, right? You know? But it's heartwarming
Yeah,
when we see those becoming Jamaicans. Yeah, heartwarming.
yeah, and to have that ceremony, that's I tip my hat to you guys at the consulate for real. Big ups, big ups, big ups. Kudos to you. Now I'm going to let you go off, get some rest, because like I said at the beginning, and many people have said it, many people have heard it. One of the hardest working people in the country, although representing just the 13 southernmost states, and it sounds small when you say it, but it's a large
Yeah, it's a
geographical ground to cover
large,
because it includes the largest
large,
states in the United States.
large, massive. Yes,
And
lot of work, lot of work,
yeah.
lot of ground to cover. Lot of flights, lot of communities, lot of people called throughout the day from different states with different issues and for everybody. I mean, I'm the consul general not just for the prime minister who came here or for the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I am for a student who just heard that that him not getting him funds again and about to be kicked out and him need help.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I've had to our team we have had to make ourselves accessible. So many of the things that you hear that you see publicly, there are things that you'll never hear that we spend hours on helping persons, groups that are stuck here from they come here and they get stuck for a couple of days, kids, and we
Yeah.
have to find food and shelter for them, and it takes us all night, and we have to back and forth. There's a lot of that half that has not been told, but I want to big up members of the consulate for their ongoing support. And again, Kevin, in closing, thank you for this platform. And to persons listening, I invite you to follow our pages. My page, Mair Oliver, on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram or Facebook, and the consulate pages as well, so that we can keep you up to date with events that are coming, initiatives that we have. Many times, there are things that we're doing that people want to be a part of, but they're not as active on social media. I invite you to get involved. If there's an issue that you would like to discuss with me, just send me a direct message on Instagram, and idea you have, or you want to get involved, or you have a concern, or there's an issue. Believe you me, we've helped a lot of persons, and we're here to support as best we can. And in closing, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for all you do. And thank all the we thank all the members of the diaspora for their love and support, giving back to Jamaica. And let's continue to move together as one team. We put on our jersey, we put on our colors, we go out and we represent together, and we
Yes.
compete against other countries around the world.
Mm-hmm.
But when we unify and we have one team spirit and one unity going in, there's so much more that we can achieve and
Indeed.
accomplish. So regardless of what's happening on these uncertain times,
Mm-hmm.
let us be optimistic about our country. Let's be positive in whatever we share
Right.
out there in the world, because whatever we do, remember that we can impact our country back home. So when we share about the great attractions that of the different parishes and different things that we can do, we're helping our farmers, we're helping our hotels, we're helping our fellow Jamaicans back home. So let us always try to be as positive as we can. Hear the positive news, whether you are listen, whether you're PNP, GLP, no P, even if you are not inclined politically,
Mm-hmm.
let us just always think Team Jamaica and how we can support Jamaica as a country, regardless of whoever is in power. Let us always put Jamaica front and center.
Yes. Yes.
And again, Kevin, thank you for having me on the program. One love to you and your listeners.
Yes,
Whoever
man.
stayed up and listened to the conversation, thank you for listening. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions or anything. Direct, just send a DM to me on Instagram, and I will be happy to respond.
And people, that is not just talk. Just a few weeks ago, I was on Reason with Ratigan on Saturday, and you were mentioned, and someone said, "Boy, I've been trying to get in touch with the consulate. I just need to know what to do." And Will reached out to you, and the lady, all she wanted was an answer. I was going to just direct her to the website, and
Right,
Will
right.
reached out to you, and she reached out to you directly, and you helped her.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a big deal. That's a real big
yeah,
deal.
yeah,
So people is not just fluff. The man said reach out to him hit him up in the DM, and you know,
Well,
now,
let me defend myself just in case. I mean, I'll be able to get to you right away. And Kevin
yes,
said something. A lot of times, the information we need is right there on the website
yes,
because the reality is that if you know the amount of Jamaicans we have, and we only have a 16-member staff, sometimes that's why when you call in the consulate, it's hard to get through. But
mm-hmm.
many of the calls that we get in, the answer you're looking for, you can actually get it on the
Right
website,
there on the website.
www.jamaicacgmiami.org. The answer you're looking for. But still, if you have an issue, send me a DM and I will assist you
And
with
have
it.
patience. Send the DM and have
That's
patience.
right. Yeah.
People, the man busy. The team busy. Really. So when we get them, we show appreciate loving above all things. CG, much love, brethren. Get you some rest.
Big up. Thank you, Kevin.
Every time, man. Take
One
care
love,
until
one
we link
love.
up again, yeah?
Yeah, man.
All
All right.
right.
Take care.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, the CG himself. Um, People sometimes think that when you say things about people, it's just fluff. Thank you, Tamika. Appreciate love it. Um, you hear the man himself, and I I I I give credit where credit is due. I try to, at least. And the man has been putting in the work, and I I applaud him and his team constantly for the work that they do. Much love to them. And as we get together as a people, and I'm not just talking about those that are here in South Florida. The Florida consular's office supports and gives aid across the 13 southernmost states of the United States. I can't emphasize it enough. There's a lot of ground to cover. Jamaicans are everywhere. We're little, but we make big impacts. And when you have an entity that bridges the gap in the way the consular's office does, when you get to sit down and reason with the individuals, an individual, or in this case, the CG himself, you have an appreciation for the work that is put in because it's a lot of work. It takes a lot to get a 2 hour event going that encompasses all that an organization like this represents. It takes a lot to maintain the image or a positive image of a nation. And with all that is going on with nations across the globe right now, that is something that is also important. So even in the midst of it, there are times when, because we're not perfect, we might stumble, we might fall here or there, but we get up. And like the phoenix from the ashes, we rise, yeah? And so let us rise. Let us rise up and show our greatness. Because you could have deal. Nobody not great like we. Yeah? So as we go off into musical therapy, I want to start it with a new tune from Mr. Ed Robinson. This track is more along the lines of something coming out of his gospel catalog, which is an amazing catalog by itself, in and of itself. But this track here, it touches in a different way. It's called We'll Rise Again.
When the world falls down and you feel alone in the darkest nights, He'll guide you home. When the weight of life is too much to bear, just know that His love will always be there. We may stumble, we may fall, but His grace will answer our call. Through the trials, through the pain, we'll rise again in His name. We will rise again. On wings of faith we will stand. With His love we will stand, strong in His mighty hand. We will rise again. In His life will never end. From the ashes we'll be whole. He is our heart. He heals our soul. When the storms rage and hope seems far, look to the sky. He'll guide your heart through every battle, through every test. In His arms we'll find our rest. We may falter, we may stray, but His love will lead the way. Through the darkness, through the rain, we'll rise again in His name. We will rise again. On wings of faith we will stand. With His love we will stand, strong in His mighty hand. Hi, this is Ed Robinson. And no matter what you're doing right now, stop it. Because guess what? Kevin Stu is at the control. Tune in, sing. When the world falls down and you feel alone in the darkest nights, He'll guide you home. When the weight of life is too much to bear, just know that His love will always be there. We may stumble, we may fall, but His grace will answer our call. Through the trials, through the pain, we'll rise again in His name.
not stay down.
Strong in his mighty hand.
Through it all, we will rise again.
I hear racist comments. I notice racism on both sides of the fence. Hating each other, that makes no sense. Showing love, yeah.
Hey, cuz, how you doing?
Complexion might be different. Hair texture might be different.
This is music from Brimstone. Working out with Jerry.
We all are one because we all sick. We all feel pain, we all die. No matter about your skin.
The track is called We All Are One.
Black or white, we all are one, yeah. We all sick, we all feel pain, we all die. No matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, we all.
That track from Ed Robinson becomes available to everyone come May 19.
Wonder who somehow we pray to every time we pray. Cause God is love. Can't love me but to love the Father.
So go ahead and put in your orders today, yeah? I have to take this once more from the top. Brimstone and Jerry. We all are one.
Yeah. I see racist actions, I hear racist comments. I notice racism on both sides of the fence. Hating each other, that makes no sense. Showing love, yeah. Complexion might be different. Hair texture might be different. Our creator's not different. We all are one because we all sick. We all feel pain. We all die. No matter about your skin type, black or white. We all are one, yeah. We all sick. We all feel pain. We all die. No matter if you're rich or poor, young or old. We all belong here.
The back and forth and hate and grudge, me wonder why we go on so every day. Wonder who somehow we pray to every time we pray. Cause God is love. Can't love me but to love the Father above. Nothing can go so. The race I run but it's not for the swift, it's for the ones that can endure. Some still a run the wrong way like them forefathers before. A time few no turn around and look out town no hide them with a it blue or brown.
Because we all sick, we all feel pain, we all die. No matter about your skin type, black or white, we all are one, yeah. We all sick, we all feel pain, we all die. No matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, we all belong here. Black people organs, it can work in white people. White people organs, it can work in black people, yeah. And if the blood type is the same, it can share and save each other life just the same.
Be fear about time everybody feel across the bridge, you know. Love one another, that we have to teach we kids, you know. Go take a walk in ICU and if you still don't know, just take a look in any margin where we fridge, you
We
know.
all sick, we all feel pain, we all die. No matter about your skin type,
Stop the hatred and
black
the
or white, we all are one, yeah. We all sick, we all feel pain, we all die. No matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, we all belong.
This is music from Dread Dread. It's called Stew, Peas and Rice.
Call we all around
on the table. Mama make the food and keep us able and strong. Mama always gave us food and keep we edified so we could have fun and we could run outside.
True story.
Mama gave us blood and gave us passion. Turn our thoughts to action, dreams and realization. One. Mama kept us strong across the land, cause she take us by the hand to make us a better nation. Oh Lord, my yeah. Love the things you do well. Stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right. Whoa. Stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so.
Mama makes it so right. Hail up all the mothers, because every day is Mother's Day.
When we did the cleaning, make a hit the pots and pans are clinging. One. Somebody grab the table, somebody grab the utensils. Mama got some food for she children. One. She called over the neighbors, neighbors called the teachers, teachers called the preachers, gather round. Mama kept the neighborhood strong. She opened our arms right where we belong, boy. My yeah, love the things you do, boy. Stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right. Stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right, boy. Mama used to tell me don't take no step with my boy pick me teach them how to fend for themselves. She teach them how to cook, she teach me how to clean, she teach me how to live my life within my means. She teach me how to cook the stew peas, how to cook the rice. She teach me everything in my life. Mama teach me right, she never teach me wrong. She teach us so we all can get along so strong. Malu, yeah, me love the things you do for me. Ooh, stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right. Stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right. Well, stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right. Stewed peas and rice, Mama make it so right.
Nothing like some good stew peas and rice. Hope you got the message behind the music. Dread I Dread, true story about a mother preparing for a community. Yeah, real thing.
Vision, a nation shall perish. Shall perish. When leaders have no vision,
this is Phil Watkins. It's called Broken Promises.
Will we ever learn? Ever learn? Ever learn? Rise up this morning, election and tension arising. A few killing ain't surprising. Police and a gunman are fighting. Children are the victims of your evil system. It is the future you've created. It's a cowboy town in the making. Through the gates and shine the lanes and door to door. Only election time they go around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. We We no want see them no more.
That's it, cause
Should they get to
some good stew, please.
only election time they go around and tour.
I met the rest of them mix with me,
Since
but
they don't care about the poor.
throwing some pigtail now.
No more. Day after day now, same sad stories them I tell ya. It's like them stuck on replay, leaving our lives in dismay. Away with your promises and your lies. They are the ones to make my people cry. Whoa.
Should they get
To the ghettos and the lanes and door to door. Only election time they go around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. We don't want to see them no more.
Should they get
Through the ghettos, through the lanes and through the doors. Only election time them come around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. Few less and feed them more.
no?
I see the games they play. It's filled with conspiracy. And now the end result it leaves us all in misery. Broken promises, shattered dreams, vandalism, penitentiary, guilty hospital, your box, the cemetery, they're all designed for we. Yes!
Oh, oh, oh. Should they get
To the ghettos and the lanes and door to door. Only election time they go around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. We no want to see them no more.
Should they get
To the ghettos and the lanes and door to door. Only election time them come around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. Few will less and feed them more. To the ghettos and the lanes and through the door. Only election time they go around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. We don't want to see them no more.
Should they get
Through the ghettos, through the lanes and through the door. Only election time they come around and tour. Politicians, they don't care about the poor. Few will less and feed them more.
Kevin,
Times I get crazy. Man, I get too much fight in the dark. People that seems to amaze me again. Cause mankind change up fast.
9 minutes to the top of the hour.
Me no. Cause me not soon wake up
As we go through this musical therapy, this is TJ.
this evening. And all the while,
It's called I'll Touch the Sky.
but if I wings, I'll touch the sky. I would have fly away, you know, from everything I've gone in my life. I wish I wings to touch the sky. Surely fly away, you know, from all the things I've gone in my life. All the while, me see hurt myself, just please pick up. And all the while, me see me put them first. Nobody now help me with me burn, oh no. Just please can you keep me strong when I'm hurt, whoa. When I'm hurt, when times get weak by me, my shield up be preserved, oh no. Them feel it easy to me, but this story you know don't know. Them don't know. But if I wings, I'll touch the sky. I would have fly away, you know, from everything I want in my life. I wish I wings to touch the sky and surely fly away, you know, fly away. Wish surely fly away, fly away. I get crazy. Man, I get too much fight in the dark. People that seems to amaze me again. Cause mankind change up fast. Me don't worry about me no. Cause me not soon went down and one. My mother's a friend deceiving. And all while want to prove it that. But if I had wings, I'd touch the sky. I would have fly away, you know, from everything I want in my life. I wish I had wings to touch the sky. Surely fly away, you know, from all the things I want in my life. It took some time to understand just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Like growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality.
Y'all know who this is.
And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head.
Human rights attorney extraordinaire, Mr. Isaac Buchanan.
You will see it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game.
A track called All in Life.
To laugh and to cry, that's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. It takes some time to understand. Yeah. Just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Like growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life. To laugh and to cry, that's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You know I've heard them say life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life. To laugh and to cry, that's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try.
For so long, you and me been finding each other for so long. And the feeling that I feel for you is more than strong, boy. Take it from me. If you give a little more than you're asking for, you'll
4 minutes to the top of the hour as we're gonna wrap things up.
I would wait forever for those lips of wine.
Gotta toss in this lady right here.
And you, darling, this love will shine, boy. Watch it and see.
Start to the top with her husband, Mr. Ed Robinson.
You asking for your love will
This is Miss Joanna Marie.
I just wanna be your everything.
You are everything, Joanna.
Open up the heaven in your heart and let me be the things you are to me, and not some puppet on a string. Oh, if I stay here without you, darling, I will die. I want you laying in the love I have to bring. I'd do anything to be your everything.
as we strive to be all that we can be and rise from the ashes and get up when we stumble.
And not some puppets on a
I want to remind y'all to look out for members of your community. Remember, your community is not just development, it's living. But it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew, so I'd like to do it to you, for you, and with you, right here, kevinstew.com, the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. And our affiliates, thank you to them too. Truly, I appreciate love you. Thank you to the listeners and supporters.
Open up the heaven in your heart and let me be the things you are to me.
Remember, the night shift happens 10 p.m. Eastern, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And I'm live again on Saturday.
If I stay here,
so see you then. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you all a good night. Be good, and if you can't be good at it. I'm out of here. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.